go big, little legs. Skinny kid with plenty.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's ZTAY, aka Lil Red. We got is James Harden turning into an underrated player. Now, just by that title, finally somebody's making a video about this, bro, because that's facts. But before we get into it, hit that like button to help out the channel. And if you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. Also, I've never heard of this guy before. It was on my recommended, so shout out to the Kid Sheer. This video popped up on my recommended. It is by the Kid Sheer. Let's get into it.
What's up, everybody? The Kid's here, and today we're looking at the beard, James Harden, who despite not making the All-Star team, is still having a really effective 14th season. Now, James may not be putting up those ridiculous numbers he did in Houston, but I still think Harden today is playing some of the best winning basketball he ever has in his career. And in this video, we're going to look at his game on the court to see exactly how he's doing that.
Bro,
Now,
honestly, he's still putting up crazy
James
numbers, bro.
Generally knows what he does. He's either getting buckets or creating for his teammates.
Yeah, he's
Those
better
are the
at
two
creating for his
things
teammates
that have
now.
always been the foundation of his game, and that's pretty much the same for this year. However, he has changed the way he's gone about doing it.
Yes,
so
he
right
has.
now, about 30% of Harden's total usage has been in isolation.
Okay, 30% of his usage in isolation. And it's crazy because I watched like every single Sixers game. I don't even see him ISO ever unless he got switched onto a big. That's literally the only time he ISOs. And even then, he always looks for his teammates first to see if they got a mismatch before he takes it. Versus when he was in Houston, he did the opposite.
Which is pretty high. But
Yeah,
that number
30%
was a whopping
high.
48%
Damn.
his 2018-19 season
Damn.
in Houston. Now, those
50% of the
Rocket
time he's
teams were
ISOing.
built around James in his prime. So obviously, his usage and ball control is going to be way up.
Also, this just proves the point that no matter what people say, that Rockets team was trash and he had to do that. Now that he actually has a good team, you see what he's taking less usage. I mean, his usage rate has gone down. His isolations have gone down because he doesn't have to do so much now. That's why it was so hard for him to win a championship. And it's not because he was choking.
That's
all
not
right?
the case for Harden right
Killing
now.
all these
Phil.
narratives right now.
First, because he's playing alongside Joel Embiid, who's arguably one of the best
MVP.
scorers
That's
across
the
NBA.
Embiid.
And second, at
Yeah.
age 33, Harden's not the same one-on-one player he once was. James doesn't quite have the same punchy first step that he used to, causing him to get stood up on drives a lot more than we're used to seeing. And when Harden does,
I hate that. I hate that narrative. That's not true. His first step is not slower, bro. I'm so tired of that, bro.
get himself all the way to the rim, he really has a hard time elevating and maneuvering his way through traffic. James used to have one of the best hero and finishing bags in the league, but a lot of that came from his lower body strength.
He did used to be quicker.
Having the ability
And he
to
did
plant,
finish more.
cover ground, and do all that while staying on balance.
People that say his
That's a
travel
part
has
of Harden's
gathered.
game that I really don't see anymore. James
That's
right
true.
now may not be the same graceful finisher he once was, but he still finds ways to get it done, and it's primarily with his strength, just embracing contact at the rim and fighting through bumps to finish.
He just does less movement now.
Gotten away from constantly trying to bait fouls, and instead coming downhill with the intent to score, which ironically puts him on the free throw line more. And even though James has lost some of his burst, he's obviously still a really skilled player, being able to use his handle, pace, and shiftiness to break guys.
Notice how I said at the beginning of the video, every ISO is against a big man. Otherwise, he's not ISOing, bro. He's such a he's way smarter player now. Way smarter player now.
Love this play.
He would beat the Rockets.
Off Harden's initial
He would beat his
drive,
prime
so he pulls
Rockets
it
if they
back
played against
out
each
and
other.
goes through. But notice
Step
how
back.
James
This
is
is
going to
step back.
replay his left while using the ball, eyes, and his shoulders to sell the
No, it's
drive.
not.
And he loses Evan with this crossover. And again, you'll see James aggressively attacking with the intent to score. And that downhill scoring threat allows James to create for his teammates.
He's always done
being able
this,
to
though.
pull defenders towards him and spray it out for threes.
He's always done this.
I thought this play was pretty crafty, where Harden's going to go through and shift his weight from his front to back foot, then uses his off arm for leverage on the blow-by. From this spot, James is again attacking with the intent to score, which collapses the defense and creates a corner three.
James Harden is a pioneer for all these young players,
bread
bro.
and butter is to use his downhill threat to create space for his jumpers. And while he may not be getting to his signature step back as much as we're used to seeing, he's still shooting an accurate 40% on all his jumpers off the dribble.
Damn.
According to Synergy. He loves to
That is good. 40% off the dribble, bro.
Accurate
40% off the dribble. Really think about that. There's some players that don't even shoot 40% at all. And he's shooting that off the dribble. Come on now.
And all his jumpers off.
Come on now.
According to Synergy, he loves to set
He's
everything
efficient
up with a right to left through, and all he's gonna do is read the defense's feet. If he gets her top
that's
foot
a
to
signature
drop back,
move.
Harden's just gonna
It's that
push
tween
off
the
his
left and then just
foot
step
and
back. I
separate
literally
for the
stole that
jumper.
move from him, bro.
And compared to
I stole
last
all my
year,
moves from
I
Harden.
think James has really improved his lower body strength.
That's
having
that
the ability
lefty.
to
That
decelerate
lefty in
and
me.
control himself to
Hey.
create space. Watch on this play how James is going to bring his right foot across his frame to hit the brakes. And notice how from this spot, he has the stability to get his feet back under him while separating. While James is still a really good scorer and playmaker in isolation, he has been doing most of his damage this year out of pick and roll. And James this year has been a monster in ball screens.
Yes.
And it all starts
Him
with
and
his
Embiid,
shooting.
bro.
Harden
It's this pocket pass right here. He gets this spot and just his pocket pass this year is so good compared to the past. He's so patient and fluid. Obviously, he's got a center that can hit that mid range,
pull up
but
cleanly, going
telling
both
you.
right and left, allowing him to punish any soft coverage. That shooting ability forces the man guarding the ball to fight over the screen, which then unlocks Harden's downhill game.
he rarely
On
gets
this
to
play,
the
you'll see
downhill, bro.
Brogdon
It's all that
trying to
pocket
fight
pass.
over the screen, and that automatically puts him out of position. And James is just going to use his off arm to get leverage and bully his way to the rim.
He rarely does that now,
Harden
bro.
this year has also brought
Telling
back his
you.
mid-range game.
That's
Which he
true.
primarily uses when bigs are sagged deep and drop. And then of course it helps.
As of
when
recently,
your
no
role
bigs are
man's
playing
Joel
drops.
Embiid, who's a
Literally,
threat
this
to
is
both dive to
this is what it is. I'm just gonna throw out what I think it is. This is how it is 60% of the time.
basket
It's this
and
right
pop.
here. This is 60% of the pick and rolls with Harden. Because he demands. So this is, I know people don't say he doesn't put up the same type of numbers as Houston days. But that's because you go back into this clip right here where he's saying drop coverage. Nobody plays drop coverage on James Harden, bro. Because when they go over the screen, this big
Here.
every single time is coming up. Every single time. The last, I don't know, 5-6 games, every time they've been coming up. They come over the screen and the big comes up, and then Embiid goes to the dead area, and it's always that
also
pocket
the
pass.
drop.
Constantly.
And then of course it helps and pop. Harden's never had a big as versatile and dominant as Embiid.
That's true.
And Joel's gravity on
That's
the
all he
court
needed.
opens up lanes for James to attack. Harden
Yes.
throughout the years has always been a really dynamic passer, and that's especially the case in pick and roll. I think James has one of the best pocket passes across the league.
Thank you,
First,
bro.
because obviously
It's the
he's
best
accurate
pocket
with
pass
it
in the
and
league.
Can snap it through tight spaces, but he also doesn't telegraph it and has a quick delivery system.
He has the best
Being able
pocket
to
pass in the league.
aggressively
Best
come off
bounce
the
pass in the
screen
league.
and pull the drop
In
big
general.
towards him, then instantly drop off a dime.
I said that before the
Now,
season
one
started in
interesting
Rico
thing about
Hines
this
runs.
pass is that James is a lot better at it going right, because typically a pocket pass is a lot more effective when you can deliver it with your inside hand, because it allows you to get a
okay.
better angle to push it through those tight gaps. And when Harden's going right, he can drop it off with his dominant left hand. And sometimes these passes don't lead to a direct shot, but it does break down the defense
Yes,
and
sir.
create an advantage for Philly to attack.
I just want y'all to appreciate
On
this.
play,
That's why I'm
you'll
making
see
this
Harden
video,
get this
bro.
between blow by and explode downhill with the intent to score, which forces Allen to leave Embiid and close off Harden's
PJ
driving
is gonna be
line.
open,
right
or
off
it's
the
gonna be a
dribble,
midi for
James is going
Embiid.
to transfer the ball to his left and drop it off to Joel.
Yep.
And Mobley leaves PJ in the corner to meet the ball, which opens up a three. And
So I'm
Harden
saying him
also
and
has a
Embiid's
variety
pick and
of
roll and that
deliveries
pocket pass is
to hit
literally
the roll
unguardable,
man,
bro.
outside of just bouncing it. I like how
Unguardable.
James on this play glances at his teammate in the corner, which freezes this help
Bruh,
defender and
so
opens
tough.
up the easy lob. Now here he's coming downhill with Horford in drop. And notice how Al has his hands low, anticipating the pocket pass. So James just zips a
Low
chest
pickup.
pass across the
Ooh.
top, which creates the hockey assist for the corner three.
A fake low
Now,
pickup
James
into the
also has a
pass.
great feel of the entire court, and he can read off ball coverages and where the defense's gravity is being pulled, which allows him to make plays 1 or 2 passes away. On this play, you'll see Garland rotate over.
James Harden probably the smartest player. He's the best pick and roll player in the entire league, bro. I don't care what anybody says. Fake pass that. Oh.
Philly. Now, Harden puts defenses in a lot of trouble because he's a master of playing off the dual threat of his scoring and playmaking, and what unlocks this is his pace. When you're a player like James, who can score from all three levels while being an elite playmaker, all you have to do is be patient and read the defense. And that's what James has done for over a decade. Like here, Embiid's going to slip this screen, and when Harden's coming downhill, he's a threat to both score and playmake, which freezes Simmons.
It's crazy how we have to pause this to read what's going on, and it even takes us a couple seconds, and James Harden is doing this full speed.
And allows James to get into a rhythm pull-up.
That's crazy.
When this play starts,
that's how fast he's reading this defense.
KCP is matched up with Tucker, and when PJ spaces out, watch how Kentavious stays home to shadow this Harden and Embiid screen. And when James comes off,
corner's gonna
notice
be
how
open.
he changes his pace.
Oh no,
and he uses
PJ's screening for him
to sell the pocket pass.
So off-ball screen
KCP
for the corner
out of the lane and towards Embiid, giving James an open paint to attack.
He didn't even give it to him.
Now, when we look at James on the defensive end, Harden will commonly fall asleep off the ball.
Okay.
Like we're all used to seeing.
Yeah.
He's, as usual, not very active in gaps, and at times gives up on plays.
Yeah,
However,
okay, that's true.
This year, I have seen him in spots give some of the best effort on rotations that I've ever seen him give.
Okay.
For example, on this play, you'll see Horford kick it out to Tatum, who then skips it to Smart. And notice when Jason makes this pass, how Harden's sitting in the deep paint, and he flies out to take away the shot and contest a step back without fouling.
Yeah.
Now, I still don't
okay,
think
James.
Harden's a plus defender, but you can see some improved effort in spots of the game.
Yeah. Well, he's always been a good
Harden's
post defender.
best days physically are behind him. I still think it's really fascinating to see how his game is evolving and how he's still having a massive effect on the court. If you enjoyed the video,
bro, this is all I gotta say about this entire video. James Harden might not be as athletic as he was, obviously, when he was younger on the Houston Rockets, but he's a better player than that Houston Rockets player. I know that's crazy to say, and it's crazy because people don't talk about him. He's not in the All-Star game. They put Drew Holiday in over him, even though he still leads the league in assists per game. You don't hear anybody talking about that. James Harden is a better player now than when he was in Houston. The only reason we look at Houston is because he was on a trash team. A trash team where you guys saw the percentage of the ISOs, 45% ISOing. His usage rate was crazy in Houston. He could still do that if he wants. You guys seen it in the playoffs last year against the Heat when he's hitting those clutch threes when Embiid was out. He could still do that. He just knows he don't have to do that no more. He's a smarter player now, bro. He's a better player right now. He's the best point guard in the league, in my opinion, the best true point guard in the league. And I could argue that with saying he literally leads the league in assists. Come on now. Shooting 40% off the dribble. He's ISOing less now. And for all the people that cry saying he cheats the game, that sucks. I just want to make this video so you guys know, don't forget about him, because James Harden's name is like fading away for some reason. And it's kind of getting me irritated. Like, nobody even talks about him no more, and he's literally leading the league in assists, and his team is top 3 in the Eastern Conference. So, yeah, by the way, Joel Embiid is MVP. Hope you guys enjoyed this. This is ZTAY. Peace.